Hey guys, it's Davor from Tennis House. I have a beautiful setup today with the screen here, and we will go through important checkpoints on the serve. As always, if you like what we do, please take a second to subscribe and turn the notification button on, and let's get straight to it. So every great serve starts with the bounce. So when you see here, every good serve starts with the bounce. That's what I tell my students always. So right here in this moment, you have 25 seconds to serve. And this is the only moment here that in the whole match, when you serve, that you decide what's going to happen. So in your head right now, you erase what happened in the last points, and you're going to decide now, do I go wide, do I go to the tee, do I go to the body, or do I like forehand body, backhand body. So now all those things go through your mind, and you're ready to go. And in the next stage, what I like to show you guys, what's very important is, if you're one of the players that struggles with the toss and you toss the ball constantly too far to the left or too straight in front of you, look at my setup when I start. My right arm is on the right hand side of my body. So when your right arm is right here, you're most likely going to keep the toss on the right side. A lot of players, they're starting from this position. So when you start right here, you're going to toss the ball here or to the left. So that's just a little tip to start the whole motion on the right hand side of your body. Just quickly about the feet. Left leg is right here parallel to the baseline. The toes of the right leg are at the heel of the left leg. That's a pretty good starting point. As further, you're going to go back here with the right leg when you're standing. So if I go like this, you're going to have already automatically a little bit more coil in the upper body. That's just another good quick tip. If you're struggling with the coil, put this leg a little bit further back here. Okay. So that's a good starting point. When I go now and I start my serve, look, I'm putting my chest out and I'm looking about over my left shoulder. So I'm showing my opponent I'm ready to go. I'm strong, and I'm saying always I'm staring my opponent down, and that's a good starting position. And everything is lined up. So weight is on the front leg at this moment. And now one more thing I want you to pay attention to. My right arm is starting high. Why do I do that? So many players, especially beginner players and weaker players, have problems with that. When you start the tossing motion low, it's hard to toss the ball up. If you start higher and then drop and go up, that's going to make your toss a little bit easier. It's a great tip for you. Start high here and then you drop your arm, and you're going to have it easier with the toss. So you bring your arms back to the waist height here. And ideally you want to toss the ball up first, and then you want to get palms down with the right hand with the racket, and want to get palms down up here. Why I say that is, if I toss the ball, and ideally you want to have an extend arm. My arm is a tiny bit bent, but I still managed to get the toss where I want to. So now, if you bring both arms up at the same time, most likely you're going to toss the ball behind you. So you will bring both arms at the same time, you will toss the ball too far to the left here. So that's very important. Make sure when you toss the ball up that the tossing arm goes up first, and then the right arm goes palms down up into the trophy position. Remember, the most important part is that when the ball is at the peak, your knees are bent and you're in a trophy position. So a lot of players, they right now when they toss the ball up, they're bending the knees already. So they double bend their knees. So make sure you keep your knees straight until your toss is up, and then you start to bend. And that's very important, otherwise you lose energy and you're not going to have a good serve. And the other thing is, when you are in a trophy position, your tip of the racket points up or forward, and that's key. Right now in a trophy position, too many players drop the racket too early down, and then they go up and they go into the weight or weightless position right there. So you want to keep this arm up in this position